Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren here with Symmetry. Welcome to 3 stress busting tools for busy professionals. We at Symmetry help busy people just like you take back control of your life so that you have more time, more energy, and less stress. The goal of this presentation is to give you actionable tools to start putting into practice today to help you live with more time and more energy while reducing stress. Because life is chaotic and we can help give you tools to manage that. And then we'll share some options at the end of how you can work with us. So we know that if you're here, you're probably stressed and overwhelmed. Maybe you've tried breathing or meditation apps, you've read the books, you listen to podcasts, and you might still be struggling with stress, anxiety, overwhelm, maybe burnout, and you can't seem to get all the pieces to work together. Our clients have told us things like, I have a high stress job with high stakes. I was exhausted from the stress, anxiety, and lack of control I had over my reactions. I lived in survival mode around the clock. Another one said, I would let stress and anxiety take over. It stopped me from enjoying the little wins in life. Some days I couldn't even manage to be around people. That's rough. And we know that you want to do your best. You're tired of being reactive and you want to feel less overwhelmed. You want to be at your best at work, at the office. You're tired of reacting to kids, the dog barking, work colleagues either complaining or a call from a boss, a disagreement with your partner. Every little thing like a stubbed toe seems to pile up. It's hard to stay balanced and level headed through the ups and downs in life. So our stress busting tools that we're going to go through today are: number one, using your breath; number two, getting your steps in, getting a movement based lifestyle, and starting your day intentionally. Easier said than done, right? Okay, so number one, how are you breathing? At Symmetry, if you're familiar with us, we use the foundation for everything. The breath is the foundation for everything here at Symmetry. So right now, just kind of check into how you're breathing. Notice if you feel kind of hunched over at your desk, if you feel like you're collapsed through the chest, you can't even get a full breath because you're rounded over, your lungs are contracted, kind of compressed down. Are you breathing through your nose or through your mouth? Are you breathing more up into the upper chest using the neck and shoulders, or are you using the ribs and diaphragm? Just noticing, is it faster? Is it slow? No judgment, just kind of checking in. So, what we know is the breath is the remote control. We can actually breathe for the state that we want. If we are breathing with a faster pace pattern, you're probably going to be a little bit more heightened, a little bit more agitated, maybe a little bit more stressed out. If you are breathing slowly, under control, especially a longer exhale, we know is more calming. So we can use the breath either to dial it up or to calm it back down. There was actually a meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials last year that confirmed that breathing practices significantly reduce stress as effectively or better than meditation, cognitive behavioral therapy, and other forms of therapy. So this assumed that you were practicing for at least 5 minutes per day, that it was learned with human guidance, so the importance of a coach, that you were doing this uninterrupted, and that you practice regularly. So this can really, truly change your life. So now we're going to just, again, check back into the breath. If you're sitting at your computer, great. You can close the eyes if you feel comfortable with that. You can also take it down to the floor. But we're just going to do a little experiment, so to speak, so that you can understand the difference of just how quickly the breath can be effectively used as a tool. So again, just take the next few breaths to check in. Let me get my timer over here. And again, if you're comfortable, you can close the eyes, really kind of tune in. And if you're breathing through the mouth, seal the lips. Start to breathe in and out through the nose. The nose was made for breathing. The mouth was made for eating and speaking. And We can use the nose to help clean the air, filter the air. It warms the air, humidifies it, basically preps it for our lungs. So we want to breathe in and out through the nose just on a daily basis. So see how it feels. This is the number one thing that we help clients with. If you're habitually a mouth breather, this is the first thing that we will have you work on. So in and out through the nose. And then see if you can direct the breath a little bit lower into the ribs. On your inhales, feel the ribs expand in all directions at 360-degree expansion. And then feel the belly and ribs fall back together on your exhales. In through the nose, out through the nose. Just observing the breath. And now we're going to intentionally breathe in and out of the mouth. So what I'm looking for is a powerful inhale and a powerful exhale in and out through the mouth. So it'll sound like this. Still try to keep it in the ribs and diaphragm. Off you go in 3, 2, 1. Strong in through the mouth and out through the mouth. So you're really trying to move a lot of air using the diaphragm, which is our main breathing muscle, which pulls the air in, it pushes the air out. Strong in and strong out. Keep going. You can start slow and then start to pick it up. You might notice some tingles, maybe even lightheadedness if you're not used to this type of breathing. Keep going. Almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And just pause at the top of the inhale. We're not going to be here for long, just kind of noticing. And then slow exhale through pursed lips, like you're blowing air through a straw. And no rush, but when you get to the bottom of the exhale, just in through the nose. And then slowly out through those pursed lips. Go a couple more like that. Slowly in, slowing it down. And then slow out of the mouth. Nicely done. One more in through the nose. And then slower out through the mouth. Good. At the bottom of the exhale, breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Out through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. In through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Out through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Couple more in for 4. Pause. Out for 4. Pause. In for 4. Pause. Out for 4. Pause. And just let the breath come back in, natural and relaxed. If you have your eyes closed, you can blink them open. And just come back to this space. Again, bring just a little awareness and just take a moment or two to reflect on how the two different breathing patterns felt. Those powerful inhales and exhales versus the slower, more controlled, conscious breathing that we finished out with. And the point of doing breath work or learning how to breathe properly, taking control of your breath, is not to get better at breathing. I mean, sure, yes, we talk about proper breathing mechanics, and that is important. It can help lower heart rate, blood pressure, has all kinds of health benefits. But from a stress standpoint, the point is not to get better at breathing. The point is to create more awareness so that you can become less reactive and more in control of your response and choosing how you want to move through life and move through your day, how you want to interact with the world. This is a tool that you can put into place immediately to help you with that. So that's our number one. stress busting tip, using your breath. Our second tip today is getting your steps in. You may have heard the phrase movement is medicine. We are huge believers in this. There's actually a study done that says taking an average of 8,200 steps per day drastically decreases the risk of chronic diseases like sleep apnea, depressive disorder, essential hypertension, obesity. Moving and having a movement-based lifestyle is key not only to your health and longevity, but also your stress levels. If you are somebody who sits at a computer all day or in meetings all day, and then you get an hour of a workout in, that's great. Movement is great. However, if we can create a little bit more movement throughout the day, whether it's, taking a lap around the building or the block in between meetings, or parking a little bit farther away, creating a little bit of extra steps or movement for yourself, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, there are these little pockets of time where you can make different decisions to increase just your general and overall movement. So keep an eye out for those opportunities. Where can I add in a little bit more movement? Whether it's maybe you have a standing desk or one of those under desk treadmills, even to kind of walk during Zoom meetings, if that's what you're working with. There are different ways that we can employ this throughout the day. And if you have questions about this, we'd be happy to answer them. Our third tip and our last tip for today is starting your day intentionally. Start your day on your terms. How often before your feet even hit the ground in the morning are you possibly into your phone, checking social, emails, text messages, the news? And this can really derail your day. I used to, before I even got out of bed, I was looking at my work emails, and I wouldn't necessarily even do anything about them for the first hour at least of the day. And yet that was immediately where my thoughts went. I was consumed by the to-do list. There were no moments of peace. So, for example, this has really helped me and a ton of our clients. No phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. Don't even look at it. You can leave it in a separate room to charge. And I know people say, well, it's my alarm or whatever. Like, alarm clocks still exist. I've got it an alarm clock. My phone is there, but I make a really big point of not looking at it for the first 30 minutes of the day. It has created so much space, not only for me, but also for our clients. Just those 30 minutes of, okay, what do I want to start my day with? How do I want to focus these first 30 minutes of the day? And it really helps to set the tone for the entire day. We're also really big on stacking habits. So things like getting outside, you could journal, you could do your breath work or meditation outside. Those low angle morning sunlight and getting outside, actually getting it in your eyes. Don't obviously look at the sun directly, but having the light get into your eyes, not through a window, can help set your circadian rhythms, which will give you more energy. It'll help you sleep better. So that's kind of a little side note, but there are different things that you can do to not have to have a huge long routine. Look for the transitions in your day where you can add in these little things as well. So maybe you're checking into your breath while your coffee is brewing. Maybe you're hydrating before you stimulate in the morning while you are journaling, sitting outside. So now we're starting to check things off at the same time. You see where I'm going with this. So all of that to say, start your day intentionally, start it on your terms, whatever that means for you. It's going to be different for everybody, but give the no phone for the first 30 minutes of the day a try and let us know how it goes. So your key takeaways for today is that we can use the breath to change our mental and physical state. We want to breathe for the state that you want, whether that's, again, an uptick in energy instead of reaching for a cup of coffee in the afternoon, doing a little breath work, or staying calm and calming down before a presentation, a big meeting, a talk with a friend or partner or colleague. Use the transitions in your day to come back to your breath. Recenter and reset as needed. Get 8,000 at least steps in per day, bonus points if they're outside, and no phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. Start your day on your terms. And we also wanted to give you a couple breathing protocols that are some of our favorites. You can take a screenshot, take a picture of it with your phone, come back to it when you need to. There are 3 that we wanted to talk about. A moment of pause. This is something we like to call take 5. And you can do this, like I could do this right now and you wouldn't even notice in a Zoom meeting. So you take one hand, finger to the base of the palm, and slowly, the key here is slowly, inhale, trace your finger up, and then exhale back down to the wrist, the base of the hand. Inhale up the next finger, etc. So you do all 5 fingers, and all of a sudden you've taken 5 slow breaths, and see what that does for your mental state. You might have to do it a couple times depending on the situation, but it's a great one. It works really well. It helps bring you back to the present moment. Our second one helps you unwind from work. We did a little version of this, but this is what we like to call the golden breath also. So you inhale for a count of 5, pause for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 8, and pause for a count of 3. So like we did when we were coming down from the rapid inhales and exhales, you can exhale through pursed lips or even a hiss to try to get the breath under control. If an exhale through the nose on that 8 count is a little challenging, but just try and take this slow and controlled with proper mechanics. In for 5, pause for 5, out for 8, and pause for 3. And then finally, our SOS reset. So this one's great. Think about if you've ever been in a situation where you're super amped up or somebody's really mad. Has it ever helped anyone to say, hey, just relax? Like, no. If anything, that like sends you over the edge, right? So this is the same idea. You've kind of already passed the point of being able to take a calm, deep breath to slow it down, and you need to meet your nervous system where it is. So if you're at your computer, the first thing to do is look up and look away. So kind of find a horizon line, get your gaze off of what's right in front of you. And then we'll do 2 fast, short inhales through the nose, and then 1 longer exhale out of the mouth. So it can be a little bit more powerful. So 2 like that. Getting the breath under control first, and then 4 slow breaths in through the nose, and then slower out of the mouth. That pursed lips exhale that we talked about earlier. So slow in through the nose, and then slower out of the mouth. Not worried about a count, just slow as you can in, and then slower out. And then 6 breaths with a 3 or 4 second inhale and a 6 to 8 second exhale. So if you remember earlier in the presentation, I said that a longer exhale in particular is more calming. So especially by doubling the length of the exhale, that really helps to calm down the nervous system and put you into a more parasympathetic or rest and digest state. So you kind of are working your way down from a heightened stress state into a calmer state with our SOS reset breath. So different ways you can work with us. When working with us, you will get actionable tools with which to do your best in all facets of life. It is incredible how these tools bleed over from work to family, exercise. Everything has a beneficial take once you put these tools into work. Better relationships, you'll be able to be more present. And when I say better relationships, yes, with those around you, but also with yourself. How we talk to ourselves is crucial. And that's a big part of what we will talk about as well. And we'll give you tools to learn how to live a healthier life with more energy, more time, and less stress. Because let's face it, we're looking for longevity. We want to be here being able to play with grandkids if that's where your life is going, but really just being able to be active and healthy as we age. And part of that, a huge part of that, is starting with your breath. It's a foundation for everything that we do. We can survive for weeks without food, days without water, but only minutes without breath. So it is important, and we can help you learn how to harness the power of it. If you are not ready to commit to small daily habits that will truly change your life, to invest in yourself, your relationships, and your life, and to be a part of a group of like-minded individuals ready to live the life you want, this is probably not for you. And that's totally okay. We hope that you walked away from this webinar with some value, knowledge, and information about the breath and how to use it to help you navigate your life. And we're here for you if you have questions. So thank you for taking the time to join us today. And if you are ready, we would love to talk, or if you're just interested in learning more, we'd love to chat with you. So you can either set up a call now if you're ready to put the work in to change your life and really invest in yourself, to surround yourself with a group of supportive, eager people ready for transformation. If you want to stay calm through the ups and downs of life and really learn how to navigate through the peaks and valleys. And if you're ready to have more time, more energy, and less stress, go ahead, hit the QR code right there and set up a call. Other ways you can get in contact with us is via email or through our Instagrams at symmetry.live. And thank you so much for joining us today. You can learn a little bit more about us on our website, symmetry.live, and Taylor, our founder, and a little bit more about me. Thanks again, guys. Have a great day.